There's something most cat owners never realize. Sometimes the cats who seem the calmest are the ones suffering the most. And here's the unsettling part. Cats are experts at hiding pain, even from the people they trust the most. In nature, any animal that shows weakness becomes a target, so your cat has mastered one thing: masking discomfort behind silence. That's why in today's video, I need you to really listen, because if your cat does even one of the following behaviors, they may be silently struggling and desperately hoping you notice. And sign number 7? It's so easily dismissed, yet it's one of the most serious. Let's begin before another moment passes unnoticed. Number 1. Sudden quietness, when your cat becomes too calm. We tend to worry when a cat is loud or demanding. But what if I told you, a cat becoming unusually quiet can actually be more alarming? Imagine this. Your cat used to greet you, vocalize a bit, maybe even chirp when excited. But suddenly, they're silent, sitting alone, observing but disconnected. This isn't peaceful. This can be withdrawal, a possible sign of discomfort, sadness, or even depression. Tip: gently engage them. Sit near, speak softly, offer familiar scents. If the quietness continues for more than a few days, this is not personality, it's a message. If you think that's subtle, wait until you hear why your cat stops grooming themselves. Number 2. Neglecting grooming, the silent surrender. Cats are naturally meticulous with grooming. It's how they stay clean, regulate their temperature, and manage stress. So when a cat stops grooming, especially around the back or lower body, this often indicates pain in movement, arthritis, joint issues, dental problems making grooming uncomfortable, emotional distress, like grief or severe stress. Real-life example. A 7-year-old cat stopped cleaning her hind legs. The owner thought she was getting old. A vet check revealed hip pain and early kidney issues. With treatment, her grooming returned. If your cat's coat starts looking dull, oily, or matted, especially if they were once well-groomed, it's time to act. Because what they won't clean, they may be hurting. And if that worried you, the next sign is often mistaken for affection. Number 3. Excessive clinginess, not just cuteness. You sit down, and suddenly your cat won't leave your side. They follow you everywhere, sleep on you constantly. You think, wow, they're so attached lately. But here's the twist. Sudden clinginess can be a sign of insecurity or physical illness. Cats seek warmth and comfort from those they feel safest with, especially when they're hiding discomfort. Picture this. A cat lying on your chest, purring loudly. It seems sweet, but if they're pressing themselves against you, especially tightly, it could be a way to soothe internal pain, using warmth and heartbeat rhythm to reduce stress. Monitor. If clinginess comes suddenly or increases rapidly, observe any changes in eating, movement, grooming. Because love brings closeness, but suffering brings dependence. If you think that's emotional, the next one reveals suffering and movement. Number 4. Slow walking or hesitation before jumps. Cats are elegant athletes, so even the slightest hesitation before jumping onto a bed, table, or couch is not laziness. It's often discomfort. Watch closely. Do they stare at a surface for longer before jumping? Do they test it with their front paws first? Do they avoid high spots they once enjoyed? These small pauses are major warnings. One owner assumed their cat was getting older, but the hesitations were early signs of joint pain. Early intervention helped, but many miss these moments until it's too late. Tip: turn this into a test. Place a familiar blanket or toy somewhere slightly elevated. See if they approach it with confidence. If not, don't wait, because love is shown by action, not delay. But what if your cat is moving fine, yet something feels off? That's where sign 5 exposes the emotional layer of suffering. Number 5. Sudden irritability or oversensitivity to touch. Your usually calm cat suddenly flinches when touched. Maybe they growl softly. Maybe they move away faster than usual. This isn't bad mood. It can be a sign of skin or nerve sensitivity, internal discomfort, anxiety or stress response. Some cats hide suffering behind overreaction. They'll avoid being picked up, move away when stroked, or react sharply when you touch a sensitive area, like their lower back or belly. Here's the emotional part. Cats don't want to push you away. They're trying to protect themselves from pain, but they can't explain why. Tip: note the location of their reaction. If it's consistent, for example, lower spine, sides, abdomen, consult a vet. Pain mapping during gentle touch is a clinical diagnostic clue. And if you think that's concerning, the next sign happens even when nothing is physically wrong. It's one of the hardest to detect because it hides behind stillness. If you think these signs are worrying, wait until we talk about what it means when your cat stares at walls, isolates at night, or starts eating slower. Because sometimes the scariest signs are the ones you don't even notice. This next section dives deeper into hidden pleading behaviors and what you can do tonight to help your cat feel safe again. Sign number 5, the sudden silence. The moment the house gets too quiet. If your playful or vocal cat suddenly stops making noise or interacting, that silence can be alarming. A normally chatty cat going quiet may indicate pain, depression, or even respiratory issues. Cats often suppress their own sound when they're struggling. But what if that silence is their way of asking for help without saying a word? Stay with me. Sign number 6, the hidden pain stretch. It looks like a normal stretch, but it isn't. Watch closely. If your cat stretches slowly and carefully, keeping their back tight or avoiding bending their belly, they might be hiding discomfort or internal pain. Some even stretch and stay frozen, as if waiting for pain to pass. That slow stretch may be their body whispering, "Something hurts," before it becomes too late. Sign number 7, avoiding the litter box. Not just bad manners, possible warning sign. If your cat starts peeing outside the litter box, hesitating, or spending long, tense moments inside, it might be a urinary infection or kidney problem. This can become deadly fast, especially in male cats. It's not about the litter box, it's about survival. Sign number 8, the disappearing act. When they choose isolation over company. A cat in pain often hides in dark corners, under the bed, or in places they've never shown interest in before. To us, it seems like they want peace, but in nature, animals hide to deal with pain alone. When they withdraw from you, they're not pushing you away. They're trying to protect you from their weakness. These signs may seem small, but the final ones are the most dangerous, because they show up when your cat is trying to hide pain as a last defense. The most heartbreaking signal cats send when they're suffering is coming next. Sign number 9, the purring illusion. Yes, even purring can be a sign of pain. Most people believe cats only purr when they're happy, but cats can also purr to self-soothe when they're in pain or distress. If your cat is purring while looking tense, hunched, or with squinted eyes, they may not be relaxed. They may be enduring something. The same sound that comforts you might be hiding their suffering. Sign number 10, the frozen posture. A healthy cat relaxes. An unhealthy cat holds tension. If your cat is sitting still in a tight, hunched position with their paws tucked and head low, this is a classic sign of internal discomfort. They avoid moving because movement makes the pain worse. They freeze their body, hoping the pain freezes too. Final sign, the sudden cling to you. When they finally stop hiding and come to you, that's serious. Cats suffering internally may seek closeness, not for affection, but for comfort and protection. If your normally distant cat suddenly clings to you, staying by your side, following you in silence, it may be a final request. They're not saying, "I love you." They're really saying, "I don't know how much longer I can fight this alone." That's not just trust, it's desperation. What you must do immediately. If you recognize even one of these signs, do not wait. Take your cat to a veterinarian right away. Cats are experts at hiding pain. When they finally show it, it's often advanced. Early treatment can save their life. Try to track the changes you noticed: appetite, litter behavior, activity. Never punish or ignore these signals. They're not misbehaving, they're suffering.